Chosen one, you didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Heaven orchestrated this moment. Before you even woke up this morning, before you picked up your phone, before your finger scrolled to this exact place, the divine already knew you needed to hear what's about to be spoken over your life. So take a breath. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Listen carefully, chosen one. What you've been carrying, what you've been confused about, what's kept you awake at night questioning everything you thought you knew about people, about yourself, about God's plan for your life. It's about to make sense. And I mean all of it. The betrayal that blindsided you. The people who were watching when you thought you were alone. The investigation you could feel happening in the shadows. The whispers. The doubts planted in places you once called safe. You felt it, didn't you? That unsettling awareness that someone was digging into your life, measuring your steps, cataloging your choices, waiting for you to fall. They were looking for darkness, searching for hypocrisy, expecting to find the cracks that would validate their judgment of you. But here's what heaven wants you to know right now, and I need you to hear this with your whole spirit. They didn't find what they were looking for. Let that sink in for a moment. They came with suspicion. They found your prayers. They came looking for secrets. They discovered your faithfulness. They came to expose your weakness. They stumbled upon your quiet strength, the kind that doesn't announce itself, the kind that only grows in the secret place between you and your Creator. See, what the enemy meant for your destruction just became the very thing that will vindicate you before the people who doubted. And not just vindicate you, this is going to transform the very ones who came against you. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to where this all started, because you need to understand the divine setup that's been unfolding. You've been confused. I know you have. There were seasons where you questioned if you heard God correctly, if you were truly called, if maybe you did something wrong to deserve the isolation and the testing. You looked around and saw others prospering while you were being pruned. You watched people with half your integrity get opportunities that seemed to pass you by. And the whole time, there was this feeling that you were being watched, being judged, being measured against a standard you couldn't quite see. That feeling wasn't paranoia. It was perception. You were being watched. But here's the part the enemy didn't calculate. The part that's about to shift everything. God was watching too. And while human eyes were looking for reasons to condemn, divine eyes were gathering evidence for your defense. Every morning you got up and prayed when you felt like giving up, recorded. Every time you chose integrity when compromise would have been easier, documented. Every tear you cried in secret, every moment you blessed when you could have cursed, every time you extended grace when you had every right to retaliate, filed away in heaven's courts as evidence of who you really are. The investigation that was meant to expose you is about to exalt you. Can you feel that shift even as these words wash over your spirit? Something is changing in the atmosphere around your life right now. This isn't motivation. This isn't just encouragement. This is prophetic declaration over your identity and your season. What was hidden is being revealed, not to shame you, to vindicate you. See, chosen one, you need to understand something about divine orchestration. When God allows you to be scrutinized, when heaven permits the investigator to look closely at your life, it's not because your darkness needs exposing. It's because your light is about to illuminate spaces that have been dark for too long. And before that light can be released at full intensity, it has to be proven genuine. They looked for compromise. They found conviction. They expected to find you living in secret what you condemned in public. Instead, they found consistency. Private devotion matching public declaration. A prayer life that didn't perform for an audience. A character that didn't change based on who was watching. And here's where the story gets beautiful, where the divine plot twist leaves even angels in awe. The one who investigated you is being drawn to the very thing they discovered. Your light didn't just expose their intentions. It illuminated a path they didn't know they were searching for. The faith they found when they dug into your life, the prayers they uncovered, the genuine relationship with the divine that you've been cultivating in secret. It's pulling them toward the same God you serve. This is vindication at a level most people never experience. God isn't just defending you. Heaven is converting your betrayer into your testimony. The one who came to dig up dirt is being transformed by the treasure they found instead. And you, chosen one, you're about to witness something that will cement your faith forever. You're going to watch heaven defend you without you having to say a word. Now, let me speak to what you're feeling right now, because I know there's a part of you that wants justice served hot and immediate. There's a part of you that wants everyone who doubted, everyone who whispered, everyone who came against you to publicly apologize, to admit they were wrong, to feel the weight of what they put you through. That's human. That's normal. But it's not what's being asked of you in this hour. Here's what heaven is whispering to your spirit right now, and this is the part that will determine whether you step into everything that's been prepared for you, or whether you stay circling this same mountain. Forgiveness isn't optional for the chosen. It's the key that unlocks your next dimension. I can feel some of you resisting that already. But you don't know what they did. You don't know what they put me through. You don't know how deep the betrayal cut. You're right. I don't know your specific story, but heaven does. Every moment is recorded. Every wound is witnessed. And God is still saying forgive. Not because they deserve it. Because you deserve to be free. Listen to me carefully. The unforgiveness you're holding. The bitter root you're watering with memories of what was done to you. That's not protecting you. It's poisoning you. It's the one thing standing between where you are and where heaven is trying to take you. And the enemy knows it. That's why he keeps replaying those memories, keeps bringing up what they said, what they did, how they looked at you. He knows if he can keep you tethered to the offense, he can delay your elevation. But this is your moment to cut the cord. Not for them. For you. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It means you refuse to let their actions define your future. It means you're taking your power back from the past and investing it in your purpose. It means you trust that God's vindication is more complete than any revenge you could orchestrate. And here's what happens when you make that choice. When you release them from the debt they owe you, you start to rise. Not slowly, not gradually, rapidly. Because forgiveness removes the weight that's been holding you at ground level. It's like cutting the sandbags from a hot air balloon. Suddenly, you're ascending at a speed that shocks even you. The doors that were closed start opening. The connections that were blocked start flowing. The resources that were delayed start releasing. The clarity that was clouded starts crystallizing. And you begin to walk in an authority that wasn't accessible while you were still holding on to what they did. This is the freedom heaven has been preparing you for. This is what all the testing was about. God knew you would face betrayal, knew you would be investigated, knew you would be misunderstood and misrepresented, and all of it was designed to prove that when you got to this moment, this choice point, you would respond differently than the world expects. You would choose forgiveness. You would choose freedom. You would choose your destiny over your desire for revenge. And that choice, chosen one, that's what separates you from the crowd. That's what marks you as truly selected for a sacred assignment. Anyone can love when they're loved. Anyone can bless when they're blessed. But to release those who came against you, to pray for those who investigated you, to speak life over those who expected your downfall, that's the character of someone heaven can trust with real authority. Now let's talk about what's coming, because you need to be prepared for the acceleration that follows this kind of obedience. When you forgive at this level, when you release people who genuinely wounded you, heaven interprets that as a sign that you're ready for everything that's been held in reserve for you. Things are about to move fast, faster than you can plan for, faster than you can control. Opportunities will present themselves with short windows. Decisions will need to be made with limited information. Connections will form that seem too good to be true. And in the middle of all of it, you'll need to remember this moment, this message, this clarity you're receiving right now. Because here's what happens in seasons of acceleration. The enemy sends confusion to make you second guess the divine doors opening in front of you. He'll remind you of past failures. He'll highlight your inadequacies. He'll bring people into your path who question whether you're really ready, whether you really heard God, whether you're really qualified for what you're stepping into. And you need to know right now, before any of that happens, that those are lies designed to slow you down. You are ready, not because you're perfect, because you've been prepared. Every test, every trial, every lonely season where you wondered if God forgot about you, that was preparation. That was training. That was the divine equipping you for a dimension that requires more than talent. It requires character. It requires faith that's been tested by fire and came out refined. You've been through the refiner's fire, chosen one. You've been in the furnace long enough. And what's emerging now isn't the same person who went in. You've been refined. You've been realigned. You've been redefined by the very process that was meant to break you. And the people who are about to witness this emergence, they're not going to recognize you. Not because you've changed externally, though that might happen too, but because the authority you're going to carry, the confidence that's going to radiate from you, the peace that's going to surround you even in chaos. That's supernatural. That's the evidence of someone who's been with God in the secret place and emerged with heaven's seal of approval. Your righteousness is about to shine like the dawn, not self-righteousness. Not the kind of righteousness that announces itself and needs validation, but the kind that simply is. The kind that people recognize even when they don't understand it. The kind that makes even your enemies respect you. The kind that causes people who came against you to eventually admit they were wrong. Because here's the beautiful thing about divine vindication. It doesn't require your defense. It doesn't need your explanation. It simply unfolds as truth has a way of doing. What was hidden comes to light. What was misunderstood gets clarified. What was misrepresented gets corrected. And you don't have to do anything except stand in the integrity you've been maintaining all along. Stand tall, chosen one. The evidence is coming. The vindication is unfolding. The breakthrough is closer than you think. But there's something you need to understand about this new dimension you're entering. With increased authority comes increased responsibility. With greater visibility comes greater scrutiny. With more influence comes more accountability. And heaven is preparing you for all of it by showing you right now what's required wisdom, humility, and an unshakable commitment to the principles that brought you through. Don't get drunk on the success that's coming. Don't let the vindication go to your head. Don't start believing that you're special because of what you accomplished. You're special because of who called you. The gifts and the talents and the opportunities, those are tools entrusted to you for a purpose bigger than your personal comfort. You're not being elevated just so you can have a better life, though your life will improve. You're not being vindicated just so people know you were right, though they will. You're being positioned because heaven has assignments that require someone who's been tested and remained faithful. Someone who's been betrayed and chose forgiveness. Someone who's been investigated and was found genuine. That's you. That's who you've been becoming through every painful chapter you wished you could skip. And now it's time to step into the fullness of what that process was preparing you for. So, let me give you some instructions for what's ahead, because you're going to need them. When the doors start opening, move quickly but don't rush. There's a difference. Rushing is moving out of anxiety. Moving quickly is responding to divine timing with readiness. You've been made ready. So when you recognize heaven's hand opening a door, walk through with confidence. You'll know it's a divine door because it will align with your calling, even if it stretches your comfort zone. It will challenge you to grow, but won't violate your values. It will require faith, but won't demand compromise. And there will be a peace that underlies it, even if there's also fear. That peace is your confirmation. That's the Holy Spirit saying, this is the path. Walk in it. Conversely, when doors present themselves that look good on the surface, but lack that peace, that require you to bend your principles or rush your discernment, those aren't divine doors. Those are distractions. The enemy is clever. He knows he can't stop your ascension, so he'll try to divert it. He'll offer you shortcuts that lead to dead ends, opportunities that glitter but aren't gold, connections that promise much but deliver little except heartache. Stay rooted. Stay grounded. Stay connected to the source that's bringing you through. Your prayer life that sustained you in the wilderness is the same prayer life that will keep you humble in the palace. Don't abandon the spiritual disciplines that forged you just because the season is shifting from testing to testimony. And here's something else you need to hear: stay generous. When the increase comes, and it will come, resist the temptation to hoard it, to protect it, to close your hand around what God has opened his hand to give you. You are blessed to be a blessing. You are delivered to become a deliverer. You are being vindicated not just for your sake, but so your story becomes a lifeline for others who are currently where you used to be. There are people watching your life right now who don't even know they're watching. They see how you respond to pressure. They notice how you treat people even when you're being mistreated. They're measuring their own faith against the faith they witness in you during your hardest seasons. And when your vindication comes, when your righteousness shines, when the truth is revealed and you're exalted, those people are going to be strengthened in their own journey. Your testimony isn't just about you. It's about the countless others who will hear it and decide to hold on for one more day, to forgive one more time, to trust God through one more confusing chapter. You're not just being vindicated. You're being positioned as evidence that God still defends his chosen ones. So carry that well. Let the coming blessing make you better, not bitter. Let the vindication make you grateful, not prideful. Let the breakthrough make you more dependent on God, not more confident in yourself. Because the moment you start believing it was your strength, that brought you through. You step out from under the covering that's been protecting you. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay close to the voice that's been guiding you all along. The same God who brought you out of the wilderness is the same God who will keep you thriving in the promised land. Don't change your devotion just because the scenery changes. Now, I know some of you hearing this are still struggling to believe it applies to you. You're thinking about your mistakes, your failures, the times you didn't pray enough, or trust enough, or act faithfully enough. You're wondering if maybe this message is for someone more qualified, someone more spiritual, someone who didn't stumble as much as you did. Let me settle that right now this message is for you. Chosen doesn't mean perfect, it means purposed. You were selected not because you had it all together, but because God saw something in you that was worth refining. The struggles you went through didn't disqualify you. They developed you. Every time you got back up after falling, you were learning resilience. Every time you prayed through doubt, you were building faith. Every time you chose right after choosing wrong, you were establishing character. And all of that, every imperfect step, was part of the journey that brought you here. So stop disqualifying yourself from the promises heaven is declaring over your life. Stop focusing on where you fell short and start recognizing how far you've come. Stop looking at your inadequacies and start seeing the divine adequacy that's been covering you all along. You are enough. Not because of what you've done, because of whose you are. You belong to the Most High, and that identity trumps every insecurity, every past failure, every reason the enemy gives you to doubt your calling. This is your time. This is your season. This is the moment everything shifts from confusion to clarity, from question to answer, from pressure to purpose. And you're going to look back on this exact moment, this message, this day, and recognize it as the turning point. Because something is happening in your spirit right now, even as these words pour over you. Old mindsets are breaking. Lies you've believed about yourself are being exposed. Limitations you accepted are being shattered. And a new awareness is emerging, an understanding that you've been carrying divine favor all along. You just couldn't see it through the cloud of confusion the enemy wrapped around your perspective. But the clouds are clearing. The truth is emerging, and what's being revealed is breathtaking. You are exactly who God said you are. Chosen, called, covered, and about to be vindicated in front of everyone who doubted. The investigator who came looking for darkness found your light instead. And that light is about to shine so brightly that people won't be able to look at you without seeing the divine hand that's been upon your life. They'll search for natural explanations for your sudden elevation, for the doors that opened, for the connections that formed, for the resources that released. And they won't find any, because what's happening in your life isn't natural. It's supernatural. Heaven is about to make such a public display of favor on your life that even skeptics will have to acknowledge something greater is at work. Not to glorify you, to glorify the God who chose you, who prepared you, who refined you, and who is now ready to reveal you. But it all hinges on one thing: your willingness to forgive, to release, to let go of the offense and grab hold of the destiny. And I sense in my spirit right now that some of you are making that decision even as you hear this. You're choosing freedom over bitterness. You're choosing your future over your past. You're choosing to trust God's vindication over your need for revenge. And for those of you making that choice right now, let me prophesy over your life within days. You're going to see evidence of this shift. A conversation will happen that wouldn't have happened. A door will crack open that was previously bolted. A person will reach out who represents a connection you've been praying for. A check will arrive you weren't expecting. A solution will present itself to a problem that's been plaguing you. These won't be coincidences. They'll be confirmations. Heaven's way of saying, I saw your obedience. I witnessed your choice to forgive. And now watch what I do with someone whose heart is aligned with mine. The acceleration is beginning. Can you feel it? There's a quickening in your spirit, a holy anticipation building. That's not anxiety. That's alignment. Your spirit recognizing that everything is about to shift from waiting to walking, from promise to possession, from prophecy to fulfillment. Get ready. Get your house in order. Get your heart prepared. Because the life you've been praying for is about to collide with the moment you're standing in. And when those two things meet, the impact is going to be undeniable. You didn't find this message by accident. Heaven orchestrated it. This is your divine appointment. This is your prophetic word. This is your moment to decide who you're going to be on the other side of betrayal, on the other side of investigation, on the other side of confusion. Will you be bitter or better? Victim or victor? Bound by the past or liberated into your future? The choice has always been yours. And I believe you're choosing well. I believe you're choosing freedom. I believe you're choosing to walk in the fullness of everything God has been preparing you for. So lift your head. Square your shoulders. Set your face like flint toward the future that's calling your name. You are vindicated. You are chosen. You are covered. And what's coming is going to exceed every expectation, surpass every dream, and fulfill every promise that's been spoken over your life. The evidence is on its way. The breakthrough is closer than you think. And the best part